Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Music Den. I'm your host Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a good day. In this episode of Music Den, I'm gonna do another installment of Live Album Spotlight. I haven't done this in a while. This is on David Bowie and his release, Welcome to the Blackout. Welcome to the Blackout has been released under another title. It was released under the name Stage in 1978 as a double album and double cassette in 8-track through RCA Records on September the 8th, 1978. The material for the album was recorded on David Bowie's Heroes Tour, recorded at various venues around the world. It has since been released to the research I've done at least two other times on, maybe three other times, I should say, sorry, on CD. Most notably, a version that I picked up from Disc in 2005, and again reissued it on Parlophone Records in 2017. Stage, when it was released, the track listing um, on the album was shuffled around by RCA. I'm not sure if Bowie knew about it or if he gave us permission to have it done, but RCA wanted to have basically the well-known hits up front on the album. So you had the track listing going from chronologically going from 1972 to 1977. What I like about the Ryko reissue and about this release, Welcome to the Blackout, is you have the original set list put back in order as to how David Bowie wanted it done. Okay. On this tour, backing David Bowie, you had Adrian Belew on the guitar and backing vocals, Carlos Alomar on rhythm guitar, backing vocals, and also was the musical director, George Murray on bass guitar, backing vocals, Dennis Davis on drums and percussion, fantastic drummer, my God. Roger Powell from Utopia on keyboards, Moog, Taurus bass pedals, synthesizer and backing vocals, Sean Mays on piano, ARP string ensemble, backing vocals, and Simon House from Hawkwind on electric violin. The album was produced by Tony Visconti. Was all the post-production, sorry, was handled by David Bowie and David Richards. Now, there is a film version of this performance that was shot, but Bowie decided to shelve the concert movie simply because of the fact that he didn't like the way it was shot. So he just decided to shelve it. This album, Welcome to the Blackout, was originally released on Record Store Day on April 21st, 2018, as a triple album release. It was since released on June 29th, 2018, as a double disc. For me, this version of the concert, I have the record disc version of Stage from 2005. But for me, this performance on Welcome to the Blackout is the definitive performance of this show. The venue that they recorded this at was at Earl's Court on June 30th and July 1st, 1978, the last two dates of the tour. Fantastic performance, like phenomenal performance. It starts off with the atmospheric, lush, gorgeous Warsaw. Little footnote: this track started off the show. People were coming into the venue. Okay, the house lights were still up, and the band is on stage starting the show. People thought that they were just tuning up because you would hear the chords on the piano, for the start of Warsaw. The audience thought that the band was just tuning up. Once they realized that the show had begun, people ran to their seats. like almost tripping over each other to get to their seats. Again, Warzawa performed live here is lush, textured, gorgeous, atmospheric, just mesmerizing. Okay. Following that, you have Heroes, a gorgeous emotional version of Heroes, clocking in at 7 minutes 34 seconds. Then it goes into What in the World. You can tell that his later work from Low is heavily featured on this album, even though Low was considered to be a commercial flop by some people, by critics. And RCA wanted to, in fact, bury this album. They did not find it at all commercially appealing. You had shareholders within RCA that were threatening that if they did release this album, that they would pull out their shares out of RCA. This album, Low, I should say, incidentally, was supposed to be released Christmas of 76. They pushed it back to January of 77. I don't know why. It's a fantastic album. It's experimental. It deserved to be released. As I was saying, Be My Wife is next from Low. Then you get a raucous version of Jean Genie with a slightly different arrangement. Blackout is track 6. Fantastic track. And this is where you hear Bowie say, "Welcome to the Blackout, folks." And at some point during the opening part of the show, you hear him say, this is last night's stuff, folks." So right then you're moving into the July 1st performance. And what I like about it, it's done seamlessly. It is fantastic. You can also tell that Bowie and the band are having fun with each other. They're comfortable. They know how to pick up on each other's cues. They can stretch out musically. They can do a little bit of improv here and there. He allows them to do that, which is fantastic. As long as it contributes to the overall composition, Bowie lets the band stretch out and do whatever the hell they want. After Blackout, you have Sense of Doubt. You go into a bit of an instrumental section here with the music. Speed of Life comes next, which is a fantastic instrumental piece. What I liked about this album when I first heard it was that I'd never heard an artist do an album of music where, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 tracks in a row were instrumental pieces. You know what I mean? For some reason, people tend to like to hear vocals on a track, depending on the artist. So if you have an artist that does an album with like 2 or 3 or 4 instrumental pieces in a row, they tend to sort of get turned off by that. I didn't. I thought this was great. Sound and Vision from Low is next. Track 9, Breaking Glass, is next. Again, fantastic piece of ambient work here. Fame, the track he wrote with Carlos Alomar and John Lennon, is fantastic, very playful. Beauty and the Beast ends off the first disc. Just very bouncy, rhythmic, fantastic version of this track. What I like about this, the sound on this album, sonically, the drums are rich and full. The guitar is up front in the mix. So is the bass, a lot of bottom end, supporting everything, keeping everything going, pushing forward. Fantastic, beautiful. Moving on to disc 2. The first 6 tracks on disc 2 cover the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars beautifully. Out of the 11 tracks on the album, you've got 6 of them. It starts out with 5 years. And this is where Bowie starts to introduce each band member. And again, you can tell that they're having fun with one another. And he turns around and asks them, are you guys going back to your respective bands after this tour? Do you have other plans? And I guess they all nod no or shake their heads no. So then he turns around and says, I guess we'll do another tour then. And the crowd goes nuts. Okay. They go ballistic. So 5 years starts off just two, then it goes into Soul Love. Beautiful, beautiful version. Just amazing. Very playful, just having a good time. Star is next. Hang On to Yourself, which is a good raucous track. Just a good rock and roll, piece of nostalgia there. Ziggy Stardust, he does a fantastic version of Ziggy Stardust. Suffragette City is next, and then he goes back into Art Decade from Low. He does a version of Alabama Song, which I first heard on the Doors debut release. Beautiful version of that. And for me, this is also what makes the album. He does a version of Station to Station here. Now, on the stage version of this album, of this performance, it is cut down to 8 minutes and change. On this version, on Welcome to the Blackout, of Station to Station, it clocks in at 11 minutes and 10 seconds. This is how this track was supposed to be done. No editing, no shortcuts. Beautiful, just beautiful. Next up is TVC15 from Station to Station. Stay is next. Beautiful R&B rhythmic, bouncy rhythmic track. Beautiful, just beautiful. And the concert finishes with a version of Rebel Rebel. Again, what I like about this album is as I said at the top, there were various versions of this album released over the years under the name of Stage. And in 2005, on the Ryko edition, you have the inclusion of Alabama Song. On this version of Welcome to the Blackout, this again is the full performance of what David Bowie wanted you as the fan who couldn't make it to the show to hear what he was doing. Okay, this is, for me, the definitive version of this show. This is what a concert is supposed to be, ladies and gentlemen. It's not supposed to be edited. It is not supposed to be a single disc cut down to 9 or 11 songs, 24 songs done in their entirety, done the way they're supposed to be done, with a little bit of playing back and forth, not to be taken too seriously. And in my very humble opinion, you get quite a bang for the buck. Okay. This version, Welcome to the Blackout, is still available. It is on Amazon for like $18.99. You can still get it at your local record store. It is worth it. Believe me. You can also stream this on YouTube, the full performance. The production on it, Tony Visconti did a fantastic a fantastic job on the production of this album. The drums are lush and full. The bass is coming in strong. The guitars are loud and just keeping everything going. And you can tell that they're having fun during this performance. So please check out this album, Welcome to the Blackout. Again, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at your local record store. You can get it on Discogs. You can get it on eBay. You can even stream it on YouTube. Once you do, please put your comments down below what you think of Welcome to the Blackout. Do you like Stage better? Do you like this version of the concert better? There are no right or wrong answers, just opinions. So please, once you listen to the album, please let me know what you think. That is it for now. coming up. I will be doing a show with Ryan Gavalier on Friday on our favorite albums from John Lennon. We're going to be ranking our John Lennon discography. That's Friday. On Saturday, I will be doing a show with Bill Schuster and Peter Kent from the Lizard King channel. Please check out the Lizard King channel. Peter has got some fantastic content. On Saturday, we three of us are going to be ranking our top 10 deep cuts from Queen. So that's going to be fun. You guys know how much I love Queen. And once Bill heard that we were going to be doing this show, when I asked him, he jumped on board like there was no tomorrow. So we're going to be doing that. So, and there's more ideas coming up. So please, again, please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content that I've got coming up. I want to take a quick minute to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel so far and who has been supporting me up until now. And hopefully you will keep supporting me with doing this channel. I noticed that when I did the review of the new Rolling Stones album, it got quite a lot of reviews. Please keep that coming, and I appreciate your support up until now. I'm doing the best I can, and I do hope that you appreciate what I'm trying to do. So that's it for now. Please look after yourselves and one another, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye for now.